Hey, it's Bentley's. And there's Bentley right there. So,
Bentley's here. He's chilling right now.
so we got Brandon Eastman and Sarah Mulder.
Mulder.
X-Files.
Mulder.
Okay. Mulder from Bentley's Coffee. And he brought out Bentley, the famous
The
Bentley.
infamous Bentley.
Aw.
He's here in the
How-
flesh.
How old is Bentley?
Bentley is 18, but he will be 19 in about 2 months.
Wow.
Happy early birthday, Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He still looks like a puppy.
I know. He's still the size of a puppy.
Yeah.
He's gotten smaller actually the last couple
Really?
of years. Yeah.
Has he? Was he
Yeah.
like beefier and then the older
Yeah.
that year?
That's-
He was
that
about 10
happens.
pounds. He's
Happens to all of us
actually
when we get
about
old. You just
6
gotta
now.
start shrinking.
I'm waiting for
Exactly.
that.
I'm not at that point yet.
Yeah.
I'm building up to it right
Yeah.
now. So.
So how long has Bentley's been? I remember driving down the road. It feels like you guys have been around for like 20 years. I remember driving down Mission Street and seeing Bentley's off on the side, and then all of a sudden, I look around like there's Bentleys everywhere.
Yeah.
So tell us about your start. How did you start here?
Not quite 20, almost.
Yeah, no, we just had our 12-year anniversary.
Yeah.
2
Is it
weeks
12
ago.
years? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
2012. We opened the first store on Mission Street, and we opened the second store in Kaiser about 11 months later. And searching for locations has actually been one of the most difficult parts of growth.
Yeah.
So we didn't open our third location until 2019. So almost 6 years later.
How do you do that? I mean, I zoomed out on the map, say, okay, where's all the locations? I can kind of see the thought process. You got Lancaster, busy road. You got Kaiser, it's a whole different area over there, and you got Mission Street, hugely busy road there. How do you guys pick out your spot?
Demographics is kind of an interesting topic, and there's a lot of businesses that really dive into the types of customers that are going to be at certain traffic points, the types of businesses that are around. To be honest, I don't think a lot about demographics. I just want to show up to a site, and it's either a hell yes or it's a no.
Yeah.
When I pull up, I just want to be excited. Is this spot going to be awesome for us?
It's like a gut reaction.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
100%. So if I just feel like it's the right spot, that's all I need to know. If I have to question it and think about it, is this going to work? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's where I take a step back and say, if I have to think about it, it's probably not a good spot.
For a coffee shop, that's amazing growth, though. In
Thank
12
you.
years. I mean, so if my math is math, and it's 4,380 days you've been in operation.
That's pretty good. I didn't know you had that
Wait,
special
what?
skill.
I mean,
You do
I
this
didn't
on
write
every
that
Did you
down
do the
at
math
all.
on that a little bit beforehand?
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, like 12 years, like that sounds like a long time. But when you say 4,380 days, it seems like it's a blink of an eye.
It's like Rain Man over here.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know what day of the week we open to? Can you tell us that? Or
I
do
thought
you
you were going to
already do
ask him
that?
what day of the week it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't research that. I'm sorry. But so, I mean, what's day one look like compared to day 4,380? I mean, how different is that when you first started to where you're at now?
Oh, it's very different. Yeah, it's interesting, throughout growth, whether it's in business or life, it's really hard to see progress in short term.
Yeah.
And I think we're just kind of hardwired to look at last week, last month, where we were at, but it's really the long-term growth that you see the big differences. So we started 2012. It was myself and 3 baristas, and I think our first day we did like $300. So not a lot of business.
Yeah.
You're like, we're killing it.
Yeah.
This is a solid idea.
When you first started out, it's like, this is amazing. People are buying our coffee.
Yeah. People were showing up, but about 45 minutes in between each customer. So, starting off, I was basically doing everything. So, I'm baristing, I'm making drinks all day, 7 days a week. You're doing inventory, you're shopping, you're trying to figure out marketing, you're trying to figure out supply chains.
Did you come into this blind, or did you have some experience prior to that?
No, I had some experience. Do you know about my prior experience?
don't.
No,
You
we don't.
Do you know about my priors?
Do you know
Well,
about
I'm
my
curious.
friends?
It's kind of a loaded question because there's a lot of people that know, but I used to be a Dutch Bros franchisee.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So I knew there was
I've
a
never heard
coffee.
of them, so-
No.
Yeah, no, I know. It's, yeah,
Small little mom and pop.
Yeah.
exactly.
But there was a business there before you, and so you bought the location? Is that
I did,
how
yeah. I
that
bought
worked?
the
Okay.
property there
Okay.
at Mission Street. Yeah.
Got it.
Had nothing to do with the prior business.
Well, that's a good disclosure.
Yeah, no, it is because
yeah.
people
if you
always
know
ask.
It was there before.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. If you've been in Salem for a while.
It was a different model than what you have now.
It has
different business
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
very
yours is
different.
working better.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. No, it's going well. So, I mean, to answer your question, it's just changed immensely. I mean, we went from 3 employees to close to 80.
Wow.
And we have so many key people that have been part of that growth. And Sarah's been with us for 7 years. We have a lot of people that are in that time frame, and so many multi-year people that have just helped with everything at Bentley. So
It's like a family.
yeah, 100%. So it's been a good journey, but yeah, things are drastically different now. We're working on a lot different things now. I'm not just trying to figure out how to pay the bills with basically no income. So
Yeah.
now we're actually at a place where we can take some steps to move forward. And
That's a good spot to be in.
yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It's all thanks to our customers and just the support of the community.
So you started with Mission Street. What was the next one you got? Was it Lancaster?
Kaiser.
Kaiser, and then Lancaster,
And then Lancaster.
and then downtown.
Downtown.
Was that your newest one, or is the Albany one the newest?
Albany is the newest.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
So how different is it when you're going through your business model is like a drive-through,
Yes.
and then you move downtown, and then it's a totally different experience, I'm guessing.
It's completely different. We were planning to open. I'd have to think about what day. Sarah might know what day we were going to open, but it was like March 27th. Like it was
right at the
COVID
start.
2020.
Yeah.
So,
You're like, we should open the doors.
yeah.
Everyone's going to come.
Well, nobody knew, of course,
Yeah.
what was to come, and so it was a whole different vision, and yeah.
A lot of people had to pivot at that point.
It was a pivot
It was
for
definitely
sure.
a pivot.
Yeah.
So how'd you navigate that?
Carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had everybody hired.
Yeah.
People were in training.
Yeah.
We were just getting ready to open, and I think it was March 24th that, let's do a 2-week shutdown, right?
Yeah.
So we have to call everybody that we just hired and say, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to take a pause, and
See you in 2 weeks.
I'll see you in 2 weeks, right?
And they were so understanding, of
Yeah,
course,
that's
because everybody
good.
was scared, and
Yeah.
it was so much uncertain, so it wasn't. They just wanted to wait. They're like had faith and knew that it will open eventually, and they were excited about it. So
Yeah.
it took a little bit, but
Yeah, so then we opened July 3rd, I think. So, yeah, we tell everyone, hey, it's going to be 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, it should just be another 2 weeks, and it kind of just kept going. But I think, gosh, if I remember right, almost everybody that we hired initially stayed on. There might have been
think
one or two
so.
people that
yeah.
kind of found something else in the interim.
Well,
but
we could incorporate them in the other locations where we could. It wasn't maybe not the hours they were expecting, but shifts
Because
here
you were
and there,
drive
and-
through there, you were still able to operate
Yeah.
for the most part. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily, yeah.
Wow. It's got to be a different experience too that you've got to work around because it's people walking in, and you got to figure out because usually when you're going through the drive-through, you guys walking with you and walking through your order, and then you get up to the window and all of a sudden it's there,
Yeah.
and now you're walking into the place ordering, and then people are just standing there waiting for their order to come through. So you guys have to probably
You
pivot
get
a lot.
more of a chance to talk with your customers.
Really?
It's not
And
so
connect with them.
quick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they placed their order and they paid, and now they're waiting over here for their drink, and the baristas while they're making the drinks can actually talk with them. Whereas
Yeah.
at the drive-through, it's the person at the window and their drink's probably already done because we have so many baristas working on it, and it's handed out and they're out of here. But downtown, they can kind of communicate with them. Everybody gets a chance to talk with them.
So what kind of people do you kind of seek out to kind of fill these spots? Because I imagine if you're dealing with some of those customer facing, especially with the coffee, I mean, there's different types of baristas out there. Which ones are you guys going for?
Ooh, that's a great question. We
Like,
really
what's the
just,
profile of the
Yeah,
employee?
yeah,
Yeah.
like your ideal barista that's
Yeah.
going to come
What
in
do
and
they
say,
call
I want
that?
a job.
Like your avatar that you're looking
Yeah.
for?
Yeah, I think we get that question a lot in interviews, like what are you expecting and what would make the best candidate? And my answer is always the same. We just want people who want to be here. You don't have to have coffee experience. You don't have to have, check all these boxes as far as experience goes or what have you and skills. But if you really want to be here, you want to work at Bentley's, you want to serve customers, you want to have a good time and show up and work hard and be that smiling face for your
Yeah.
customers, then we want you here. That's pretty much it. All the other things, if you love what you do, then the other things will fall into place.
Like you can train the
Yeah.
other side of it, but like
yeah,
okay,
you'll learn the
I get that.
recipes, you'll learn our procedures,
Yeah.
you'll follow, and there's training processes for all that, but none of that works if they're like, just want a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want a job, I just want a paycheck.
Yeah.
Because it's more than that. So we just want people who want to be here. So we have, ways in our interviews and questions we ask that we can get of course you never know.
Yeah.
And once you get to know somebody, but we're pretty good at figuring that out right out the gate.
I'm guessing that's kind of a very important part of your business model is having a good customer experience, having a good selection. People like have something that someone will like in your menu, and then just going through getting good quality coffee and be able to get out of there fairly quickly.
I was actually surprised. So when I went and grabbed the drinks before we got here, I was surprised how quickly we got through.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, I'm sure you love hearing that too.
I do. Yeah. Thanks for hyping us up on that one. I'll take it every chance I get.
I think there were 3 cars in front of me, and I ordered, and I'm just kind of like, you go through the motions when you're going through a drive-through to get something. You're just kind of sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, they're pulling forward. Oh wait, the next person's going. Oh,
You're
it's
on
mine,
your
and then it's
phone.
I know. I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was a nice little surprise. It was
Yeah.
like by the time you got up there, everything was ready. So good on
Cool.
you guys.
That's the goal.
yeah.
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, it's all about the customer experience at the end of the day, and whether that's your drinks or the speed or the experience that you get. You can have a great product, but if you have bad service, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we definitely revolve everything we can around the customer.
So speaking of product, you guys have a pretty extensive menu. I'm
It's a
picturing
big menu.
Yeah, I'm picturing like you guys have a lab somewhere, some teenagers in lab coats, or like mixing
tastes
gummy
great.
bears with espresso and coming up with some. How do you guys come up with it?
It's quite a process.
He's
Yeah.
like, we have teenagers. Or something.
Yeah.
You nailed
We
it.
actually use dogs to do the initial taste
Okay,
testing
yeah.
to make sure that we're close. But yeah, we have always come up with our own recipes as much as possible. We have we developed our own energy drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we make some of our own syrups. We make some of our own chocolate, and developing all of those recipes over the years is definitely quite an undertaking.
Bentley's excited.
He is. Yeah, he wants to cruise around.
He's got
like-
some of that energy drink
he's-
in him.
Yeah, he took some risk this morning. Yeah, he's all hyped up. But yeah, just honestly, there's just a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of bad ones through the process of
Oh, yeah.
just trying. Oh, this sounds great. Let's put these ingredients together, and they turn
Lot of
out terrible.
stomach
So you guys just
yeah.
put it on the menu, try it out, see if it works, or see if people like it, or is that how you do it?
Ooh,
Or-
how do you release a new product or a new flavor?
Well, we always do specials, so we always have monthly drinks that go out and different things. Once in a while, not very often, they end up on the menu, but we don't change our menu very
Okay.
often. That's maybe a once every year or two kind of thing where we'll do a menu revamp, and a lot of it is in the design and maybe a couple different drinks. But yeah, it's been a process for sure, developing all the drinks and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And our goal is that every drink we have on our menu is going to be awesome, not just mediocre.
So I noticed like one of the important things. I mean, Bentley's on the cover. Bentley's
the star.
Bentley's
Yeah.
on every cup. So, working with dogs, I mean, seems to be very important to you as an owner. You put your dog on it. I know you deal with like animal rescues, and you deal with other nonprofits and like Safe Haven.
Yes.
Tell us about why that's important to you and your company as a whole.
Well, I mean, anybody I think that has a dog or any animal that they care about can understand that the joy that they bring into our lives is something that can't be matched.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's 18 years old, and he's been my whole life, basically most of my adult life, and he's the best thing that you could ever ask for. And so the way that he treats people, and he makes people happy. He's always excited to see everyone. Right now, he just wants to cruise around. But I just felt like that energy and that relationship that a dog can bring to people is exactly what our coffee shop should do.
Yeah.
So we try to treat people exactly how how Bentley would treat you.
I wish I could be
Maybe
that
with a
sprightly.
little-
I hope I'm that sprightly when I'm like 200 years
I
old.
know, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
Wow.
just wanted to get out there.
for sure.
So tell me about, I mean, obviously he was the inspiration, but like, I mean, it's a big thing to name your dog after your business, or your business after your dog. Sorry, backwards. So what kind of was the driving force behind that?
You know, to be honest, there was never even another thought.
Really?
Yeah, so starting Bentley's, you know, you have friends and family and everybody, oh, you should name it this, you should name it that.
Like Brandon's coffee.
Yeah, everyone's texting you
Yeah.
and kinda,
Jitters coffee.
Yeah. And, you know, to be honest, there was never even another name or another thought. It
Yeah.
was just an instant, I want to open up a coffee shop, and this is the name.
Yeah.
There wasn't even it's almost like the location, right? It's like there wasn't a lot of thought behind it of, you know, hey, we're going to represent animals and we're going to help animals. It wasn't that deep. It
Yeah.
was just, he's
It sounds like
awesome,
a-
and I want everyone to be awesome. So
Yeah.
let's just share them with the world.
That's cool. I don't see anybody else naming their coffee shop after dogs. So you guys got something going on there.
Good
It's
on you.
It's been fun. Yeah.
You made it, Bentley.
His picture has been printed. I don't know how many millions
It's
of times,
just so
but
cute.
yeah.
Just look at his face. Look at
Sometimes
that.
we have dogs that come through named Bentley, or people come through and, oh, my son's name is Bentley, and they get extra excited. It's pretty
Yeah.
cute.
there are definitely. I think there's a lot of dogs out there named after him. You know, from customers, which is always really cool. We've heard that story a few times.
Very flattering. So what does growth look like for you?
So, you know, I feel like we've grown slowly, even though, you know, you've said that we've seen significant growth, and we have. For us, I feel like we've tried to be pretty strategic. We didn't want to grow too fast. I feel like that can lead to, you know, poor quality and just a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So we just try to grow at a healthy rate that we felt like we could sustain. And with the setup that we have now, with a really solid crew and the size of our company, I feel like we're at a place where we're now able to maybe take it to a little bit faster pace. So there's so many people that work with us that want to stay working for Bentley's, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like we owe them that opportunity for growth.
Yeah.
And we're super excited to be able to retain people and grow with them. So we have a location that's going to open in Redmond next year.
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's a big jump from Salem to Redmond.
it
They're
is.
like
Yeah,
Salem, all Redmond.
yeah, yeah.
Let's do it.
So we have that site secured. We're just getting ready to apply for permits. So it's going to be sometime the first half of 25. We're going to open in Redmond, and you know, we're working on some other spots for next year too. But we don't have anything locked down
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the goal is definitely to grow more than we have in the past, but nothing too crazy. We're not going to franchise.
That was going to be
Yeah.
my question. Are you going to plan on franchising?
No,
or
you
anything?
know, and it's really humbling to get franchise requests. People ask us all the time.
Yeah.
We've had hundreds of franchise requests, and it's just not something that I felt like I wanted to do. For us, it's not about opening as many locations as possible and making the most amount of money.
Yeah.
It's just making sure that we're taking care of our core people and
Being
and-
intentional with it.
yeah, growing at a healthy rate. So that's what we're gonna try to do. Hopefully, we can get to 10 locations in the next few years.
I know there's name recognition with you guys in Salem. People know about Bentleys, but when you jump to Redmond, it's like, whoa, there's a place that has a dog on the cup. What
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah,
How do you
which
how
I
do you
think
make
will
that
go
jump?
over well over
Yeah.
there. Right?
Yeah.
I think there's,
Oh, yeah,
I think there's a
definitely.
lot of dog people in Central Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting being our first site out of the area. We do have some things in mind to get our name out there before we open, but it's exciting. It's going to be challenging, and I think it's going to do well. We have a really good site, and we've got some people that are planning to go over there, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's going to be really
Like
fun
from here,
too.
they're going to relocate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
cool.
Yeah, and some people are going to be full time, like where they're going to move over there and just work
Permanently.
at that store.
Redmond's getting huge.
It
I know.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have, a different option as well. We're going to have groups of people go over for different lengths of time when we open. So we don't want to open that store with all brand new people.
Yeah.
So we're going to get Airbnbs for people, and we're just going to send them over there. So we might have a group that goes over for opening weekend, and we might have a group that stays for 2 weeks, and then we'll have a group that stays for 2 months, and we'll just kind of slowly pull back the experienced people over the course of several months as we get all of the new staff trained and feel like everything's going smooth.
What's the logistics of that like? Because you're shipping stuff over the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Maybe we should have a
TBD.
podcast next year, and I'll tell you all of the problems that
He'll be like, let's
that
talk
came
about
up.
Redmond.
We
Yeah.
drive at this point and then skis the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Snowmobiles.
We definitely got snow tires on our new van that we got. So so we'll be good for that. But
The beauty of that is the people that will be responsible for doing that, and we have so many good people who are willing to fail and are willing to try it.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't work, then we'll change on a dime and we'll make it work. So it's helpful to know that it's going to be like we don't know how to answer that, but we do know that we have the right people who are on board with.
It's got to be
the
hard
end
as a
goal.
business owner. Like you're probably involved. You're probably at all your locations, checking in.
almost every day.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard when it's that far away. To like, it's out of sight, and it's like, I don't know what's going on over there. I can't just drive there right now to check on it.
I mean,
Well,
you can. It's just a bit of a joke.
Yeah, I just make a joke out of it. I'm like, oh, poor me. I have to go spend time in
No,
Redmond
I'm
and
gonna
Bend,
go Central Oregon.
oh no, sorry guys, I gotta go over there and hang out for the weekend or whatever it might be.
I gotta work.
Yeah. So
That's
so
what I'm looking forward to.
yeah, so that's gonna be an exciting problem to have to go spend time over there, but I don't know. I feel like we've said it 5 times, but honestly, it just comes down to our people.
Yeah.
And we just have great people that are going to be over there running that store, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
So we talked about your growth going towards Redmond. Is there anything else that you guys got on the horizon as far as like menu or how you do things differently, or anything like that? You guys want to eventually go down into? I mean, you got a downtown location. What kind of stuff do you serve there?
It's all
It's
the same.
It's all the
It's all the
same.
same
Yeah.
menu. Yep. Yeah.
I say it like I
100%
work
the
there. I'm
same.
like,
Yeah,
it's all the same.
it's the
Fred.
same.
Come on.
Yeah,
Trust me, I
yeah.
know.
She knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as the menu goes, we don't have anything. We don't have any big changes planned. I think we're bringing on cold foam next month. Actually, we're kind of last to the scene on that. Everyone's got cold foam, but us.
Yeah. Want to make sure it's stuck.
So
yeah.
what is cold? I mean, I've had it, but I was like, what is this? It's just like it's almost like a mix between like ice cream and like.
It's like frothy.
It's like a melted whipped cream
Kind of
almost.
like a
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just kind of frothy, sweet
Yeah.
cream.
So are
yes.
you making your own type?
course.
Kind of like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I mean, I figured, but
that's
yeah.
the way we do it. Yeah, we always try to make sure that we bring a really high quality product, and making stuff ourselves gives us that opportunity.
So when you say you make it yourself, like you come up with the recipe and then you have somebody like mass produce it for you, or what does that picture
I
look
mean, the
like?
energy drink thing blows me away because everybody's like, "Oh, I'm just crack open a Red Bull and just pour that in."
Yeah,
you made
so
your own.
so it depends on the product, but all of our stuff, if it's our product, we're actually manufacturing it ourselves.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like with the Risk energy drink, we developed that and manufactured ourselves.
Do you suck individual cans of that?
We don't.
Oh.
No, it's all just for our use inside the stores. But that's something that is going to be challenging moving forward as well as we grow. So we are working on some help to co-pack, essentially help manufacture some of our products, because it's almost like a separate business. Keeping all of the inventory and making everything. So to be able to make things on a larger scale, we are going to get some help with that. But we'll still make all of our own recipes ourselves.
Do you have like a warehouse that you store everything at right now, or is it just
We
individual
do.
stuff?
Yeah,
you?
we've added on to it 3 times.
Wow.
We kind of keep running out of space. So, that's another good problem to have,
Yeah.
right? Is keep running out of space. But
Yeah.
we do have a warehouse. It's right there by the Mission Street location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go eventually? I mean, have you thought about going towards Eugene area or anything like that?
So we are going to work on Central Oregon. We would love to be in South Salem. Everybody wants in South Salem. We've been
Yeah.
looking for 12 years, right? So
Yeah.
kind of going back to the original locations are hard to find. That's always a challenge for us, because we want to be so intentional with those locations and make sure that they're absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Because we want to be there for 40, 50 years. We don't want to open and be gone in 5 years.
Yeah.
So, aside from, Salem, Albany area, we don't really have plans to go north or south. Our plan is going to be to go east. So Redmond and Bend are going to be next, and then from there we're going to look more actually out of the state. There may be some Idaho things, or maybe some other Midwest sites that we're working on. So we're working on a lot of things.
He's
but,
like, we're going global.
Yeah, no, and I'm like, and I just said we're gonna keep
Going
it small,
bald.
right? But we're
You tell your
We're
guys
opening in Hong Kong. Like,
we're gonna start in Redmond. You tell your driver, we're starting in Redmond. You're gonna be driving to
Yeah.
Idaho on
Yeah.
top of that.
yeah, it's a 2.5 hour drive to Redmond, and then it's a 13-hour drive to the next site.
Yeah.
So
like it's fine. It's all gonna work out.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is that wherever we go, we have the ability to open multiple locations and kind of a hub.
Yeah.
We don't want to have one site and then the next site is 3 hours away.
Yeah.
We want to be in an area where we can put 4, 5, 6
So
locations.
something
Like
like
that face
Ben Redmond
recognition.
supports itself on its
yeah,
own. Yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
So I know we touched on Safe Haven a little bit. Talk to us about all of your fundraising efforts that you do and everything.
Yeah, we noticed you did one like about a week ago, or I think it was during your anniversary week. You guys did something.
2 weeks ago, we had our 12-year anniversary, and we partnered with Born Again Pit Bull Rescue.
Okay.
Super small.
Is that here local?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So super small. There's only like 3 girls that work with this rescue. So they don't have, a bunch of money coming in. They don't have a big facility.
Yeah.
They have full-time jobs, and they actually work at his physical therapy place where he goes twice a week. And so,
therapy.
yeah, so that's where I met them, and they work nights and weekends, and they partner with a lot of other shelters and take care of animals and deliver food and do spay neuters, and they just work really hard in our community to help animals. So we partnered with them for our 12-year anniversary, and we donated every dollar from every drink sold. So it wasn't like proceeds where you're only giving
From every location.
from every location. Yeah.
All
So
day.
so, a lot of fundraisers are kind of the proceeds, right? Like the profits or whatever that might be. But for us, we gave every dollar that came in the door. So in that one day, we donated over $20,000 to
So
them.
wait, when you say like a dollar of every sale or every dollar you
Every
made?
penny.
Every penny.
So if you
Whoa,
came in
that's
and you spent
huge.
$5, we gave that $5 directly to them.
And a
Yeah.
lot of
That's
people
incredible.
donated.
Yeah.
I thought you
on
meant
top
a
of
dollar
that.
a drink.
No.
I was like, man, that's really generous. But
Yeah.
then I'm like, wait, I
No,
heard
the
that
whole
wrong.
thing, yeah. No, I feel like it's important to give, right?
Yeah.
We're not just giving profits, we're giving
And
the
I
whole
mean,
amount.
taking care of our own dogs is expensive. I can't imagine like someone having to like go out and bring in dog after dog and trying to like feed them and house them and try to figure out.
I think Bentley needs a break.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's okay.
So we'll just talk to you.
I'm just saying.
All right. You got 2 mics now. You can just like
I
talk
might
into
not
Just
either
go
one.
back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I might not have all the answers, but I'll do my best.
So like he was saying Bentley had physical therapy. Where's that at? Is it
SOAR? Is it? Yeah, it's SOAR.
sore?
Sore.
Like I'm sore type sore?
Or
SOAR.
So,
Okay.
Oh, sore like
Yeah.
you're going
Like you're
up. Okay.
soaring.
Yes.
All right. I went from like I'm sore, need physical therapy. Yes,
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. So he does, I hope I get this right, the water treadmill. So I think from, elbows down, he's underwater and he's doing an underwater treadmill and it helps with his
Wow.
joint pain. And he's got a lot of things to help with pain, a lot of meds and stuff. And yeah, so they do a really amazing job over there. I mean, he's been going there for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, he's old, so.
How'd you get involved at Bentley's?
So let's see, 7 years ago, I had a good friend who worked here and she loved it. And I was living in Portland and I needed to move home to Salem and was looking for a job and had no idea what I was doing. Dropped out of college, moved up to Portland, got a really good job up there. That wasn't working out. Came back home. Like I had no idea what I was doing, honestly. And my friend said that she enjoyed her time here and she was having a fun time. And, she's like, it's coffee. It's easy. You can learn it and you meet a lot of people or whatever. So I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So I just went and dropped off a resume and got hired on. And so quickly, I knew that it was something bigger for me. I just fell in love with the coffee world and my customers.
Which location were you working at?
I was mainly, so at that point we had the Mission Street location and the Kaiser location.
Okay.
And everybody would kind of work at both, but
Yeah.
I think a majority of my shifts were at the Kaiser spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just fell in love with it, and I knew how special it was, you know, kind of right out the gate, and I just decided I'm going to stick with this for a while. I have no
Yeah.
idea what's going to happen or what's going to come from it, but I knew that I really looked up to Brandon, you know, and I really enjoyed my coworkers and my customers, and I was just happy. It's like, I'm really happy doing this, so I'm going to stay right here. And it
awesome.
worked out, yeah.
So what is it? Is it like the camaraderie of type, you know, working with in a crew and like going through like busy times and being able to like work with each other, or what's the draw with it?
Oh, it's everything to me. I think, I mean, you know, making the drinks is so fun, and being with your coworkers, and you're listening to music, and you're just having a really good time all day. But the customers are just, like, we have the best customers. They're so kind. They're so excited to see us, like, and seeing how excited my coworkers were to see their customers and just kind of lean into that. And I don't know, it's just the people, like, surrounded by awesome people every day.
Do you have people that have been with you like from day one? Like your
No.
loyal following?
Close.
Oh, you mean
Caleb.
customers?
Customers.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, there's definitely
Oh,
customers that
yes.
have been coming
Oh,
through.
You're like, you're coming to
forever.
Christmas. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. When I got pregnant, and I, you know, of course, I'm telling my customers my belly's growing or whatever, and one of my customers gave me $100 and said, go put this towards your crib. Yeah, so they just, and that's, you know, I mean, I remember, yeah, I cried. It was like they just, they really care because they come through, and we care about them, and we want to make you your drink, of course, but we just want to see how you're doing, and we care about how you're doing. We care
Like that
about
genuine
how the
connection.
kids are,
Yeah.
and you bring your dog through, and then we become attached to your dog, and we just, yeah,
It's not one of those things. I know you because I just wrote your name on your cup, and that's people are like, oh yeah, they know me because
Yeah.
my name's right there.
And they intentionally spell it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so you get some social media hits off of that.
There you go. Oh, I never even thought of that.
Yeah, 100%. That's all planned.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
I didn't
Oh,
know that.
yeah.
I remember one time we got one for Brian, and they gave it to us, and it said Brain. And I was like, "There you go, Brain." And
Was
then
that
there
around
was
Halloween as well, or?
no, we were. I can't remember. And then there was another time it was Brina, and I was like, "Brina, would you like to drink?" And he's like, "What?" He's
And it
like,
just
"I don't feel
sticks.
like Brian's that hard." I was like, "Well," but now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
I
you're gonna
posted
post
I
about
posted
it.
about
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, I can't believe they messed up our name. But I'm gonna go back tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I boycotted.
You
No, I'm
did.
just kidding.
You started going to Bentley's.
I know, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have my name right.
That's perfect.
They'd never.
Luckily, we don't write it on the cup.
That's awesome. So now with like downtown, you got a whole new set of customers that will come in and just sit down, and that's
Yeah.
a whole different crowd.
It's a whole different crowd. It is. It's a lot of, you know, state workers and a lot of Willamette students and just downtown employees. And the cool thing about downtown, you know, it might not be as busy as we anticipated or just exactly the vision that we had in mind, but the downtown community is it's an amazing community.
They're very loyal.
You know, and I'm sure you've talked to a lot of people with businesses downtown, and very loyal, you know, just we all lean on each other a lot, I think, and we're all trying to do things to help the community grow and help things, you know,
Yeah.
come into downtown and more events and just more things to do. And we actually just promoted Sydney to a position that we just kind of created for her. So she's does a couple of things. She's a co-manager downtown as well as an events coordinator.
Okay.
So specifically for the downtown area. So we've got marketing people who do kind of our events for the whole company, right? But she's more focused on the downtown community, and so
Is she
kinda
almost
just
like community
started-
relations a little
Yeah,
bit down there,
yeah.
like building those relationships?
Yeah, we
Okay.
wanted her to have dedicated time and resources to reach out to different businesses and collaborate on things. And I think we've got an event coming up where he was a prior employee at Bentley's. He was a barista, and he does videography and filmmaking, kind of. So he has a short film that he's going to show. And
I gotta say, your marketing is on point. You guys got some good like social media, and when you guys got your like your new flavors out. It's all nicely displayed. Makes you
Yeah.
want to go buy one.
Yeah.
Makes you want to go buy.
I think that was the plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody's plan.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
execute it sometimes, though.
He's like,
It
thanks.
is.
That's what
It
we were
is.
going for.
Yeah, we got to shout out Marissa and Andreas, and you're a lot of the marketing as
Ian.
well. And Ian, I was gonna say, yeah, he's our videographer and photographer, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
He does a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in Salem, and even he kind of goes everywhere. He does a lot of different
And he used to work for you guys?
things. No, so Ian is our videographer, and I believe he's 503 Creative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably
We've
have
heard
seen
of
him,
him.
heard
Yeah.
of him. Yeah, he's incredible. And I
Yeah.
remember talking to him one day, and I'm like, because he does, he'll do shoots with athletics and U.S. market, and his reach is massive. He does so many different types of things instead of like having a niche thing that he photographs or what have you. So I asked him one day, I'm like, why do you do stuff for us still? Like you're out doing all these like athletic things and whatever. And he was like, I just want to do what makes me happy, and I enjoy working with you guys, and I enjoy doing this work. And he's such an incredible human, and he's so talented. And so
That's really cool.
we owe a lot to him for sure.
And how long has he been doing that for you?
At least a couple years now.
Yeah.
At least, yeah. So
It's always, I mean, there's so much competition. I mean, I don't know how much competition there really is with like coffee shops. I mean, there's one on every single corner.
Yeah.
There's one over on Mission Street. There's a little tiny coffee shop next to like Starbucks. It's like, how do they survive? But I see people going
is it
just
the bus?
might be.
Or they moved, I think.
No,
Coffee in Motion is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of.
there's one. I mean, it's just the same parking lot. There's nothing else besides Starbucks. And this, I was keep wondering like, who moved in first?
Yeah.
Was it the big guy that
Are you
moved
talking
in?
about on Mission Street or on Commercial?
Commercial.
Commercial.
Yeah.
Next to the photo place?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how do they survive? But I see people going there because they don't
Yeah.
want Starbucks. They want to go to this place. And I
Yeah.
see people that just go to Starbucks for the Starbucks.
Yeah.
So how
Starbucks
much
is great.
competition is there as far as like, do you guys talk with other coffee shops, or is it like,
No, I mean, you try to just stay in your lane and do what you do best. And
Yeah.
I think that we have a really good vision, and our mission is really just about our customers. And so we just put all of our effort and time into focusing on them and how we can make our drinks better for them and how we can
Yeah.
create a better experience for them, whatever that means. So, yeah, of course, there's tons of competition, and there's a coffee shop on every corner of Lancaster, Kaiser at River Road, but we just kind of stay focused on what we're doing in our mission and helping animals. And
yeah, I know there's a big difference between like the national brand stuff. They got like 4 flavors of everything. That's it. Because, logistics of trying to like do what you guys are doing on a smaller scale is impossible for them. But you guys are able to do like 100 different flavors, and you can just go in and ask for something and they'll make it for you. You can't go into some of these bigger ones and ask for a special.
Do you have a secret menu?
Oh.
He smiled like,
You can tell us after the podcast.
it's a
so.
secret to me.
Yeah. No, you can order whatever you want. I mean, I hope you come up with some secret menu items and then let me know so
Okay.
that we can promote
I know
them.
there's like some places it's like if you come in, you're like,
So
the
we'll
pigeon
have the
flies
hustle
at noon or
Northwest.
something. It's like, oh, we know what you want.
I think one of the,
I couldn't think of a good analogy. I'd make a horrible spy.
I think,
This is what we talked about earlier.
yeah. She gets a little wild in here.
I think I'm hilarious.
How many Bentleys did you have this morning?
Yeah.
Like
It's
this.
supposed to be
That's it?
just tea, right?
It's supposed to be. I can't handle caffeine, so that's the funny. Like we go someplace and we're looking at a whole menu. I'm like, I'll take a green tea sort of thing, and I'm like, this is gonna last me like for quite a while. He'll have like a pot of coffee and go to bed, and I'm like, what the
I love
heck?
that.
I relate to him a little more.
Do you? I know he's like.
unfortunately.
I get mad when it's like, will you go to like a football game or something? I'm like, I want to go get a coffee. Like, no, the coffee shops are closed. Like, why do they close? I want a coffee
Brian's
right
like,
now.
it's 9:30 at night. Why are the
Yeah.
coffee? I'm like, cause it's 9:30 at night. Or he'll be like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how that works. It's opposite.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
yeah. So we're wired differently.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need coffee in the morning to be able to function.
Yeah.
So I get
If I have to talk to him about something important, I'll bring him some coffee, and he's like, "What's going on?"
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about our
It's a
finances.
We have to talk.
big conversation coming.
We got
Wake
to
up.
talk about some numbers at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Favorite time. Favorite time. I'm like, "Are you awake yet? Because it's go time. Let's do it."
So fall time must be like your Super Bowl. I mean, You got pumpkin spice everything. That's it's hot coffee is probably like going through the roof. Cold
It
stuff.
is, yeah. You know what's interesting that I don't think a lot of people realize is that cold drinks are about 70% of our drinks for the year total.
Really?
So in the
See,
summer,
I'm not a hot drinker.
you're not.
No, I will drink cold year round.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if there's snow on the ground or
Nope.
what's going on. We're still selling a ton of cold drinks, and the pumpkin is definitely a huge hit this time of year. I mean, we make that ourselves as well, and so you actually get real pumpkin in there, and it's just a small blend of spices and real sugar, and that's what we put in our pumpkin. So there's nothing artificial in there, and I think the taste is amazing, personally.
He's like, I'm a
But
little
it is
biased, but
definitely.
tell your friends.
I think it's the best pumpkin around for sure.
I can tell you a secret menu item.
Oh.
Tell me, I want to hear
You
it.
could get like a pumpkin cheesecake. They'll know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So we'll put some delicious ingredients in there to make it taste like a pumpkin milkshake with whipped cream.
What's the calorie count on that?
Don't ask that. That's a rude question.
You don't count drink
No,
calories.
about that.
it just
No.
goes right through you.
If your heart's beating fast enough, it just evens out.
If
Whether
it
it's
comes up through a
coffee
straw, it's
or alcohol, you don't count drink calories.
Yeah.
That's definitely not on the
That's the
table.
law.
Or you just close your eyes when you're drinking it, then it doesn't count.
Yeah, 100%.
I know when they started putting calorie counts on everything, I was like, well, eating's over for me. This
for
isn't fun
ruining the
anymore.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
over the menu. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so screw that.
Yeah, they didn't do it in Oregon. All of a sudden, you get these national chains like, well, that's just what we do in all of our menu items. Like, I'll have nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Can I
that.
have a water?
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
calories in that?
we get some questions, but for the most part, you don't want to know.
Yeah.
It's your vice for the day.
Some things aren't too bad. I mean, you
Yeah.
can get if you get a sugar-free Risk with sugar-free syrup? I mean, it's like, I don't know, 20 calories or something.
yeah,
like
less than that,
like
maybe,
there are
yeah.
definitely ways to go super low cal, but it just doesn't quite have the same effect.
No.
I mean, I put heavy whipping cream in my Americano in the morning, so
I do sugar free, but I do heavy like whipping cream.
He's like
yeah,
a little
stuff.
bit of sugar-free, heavy cream.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Keto.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
know, there-
Exactly.
that's
It's
what
good
he's
for
like.
you.
That's it.
So I have to tell this. So right before Christmas last year, I think it was it was right before Thanksgiving. Brian's like, I'm gonna go on an all meat and butter diet, and I'm like, what?
That's
And he's
awesome.
like, yeah, he's like, it's all, he was cooking with like beef
Steak and
tallow.
butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything was just, our house smelled like a butcher shop all the time because there was just so much meat, or like a steakhouse.
Yeah.
There was just so much meat being cooked all the time. He lost like 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's
I was
incredible.
drinking gravy through like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. It was
And so
awesome.
Did you put butter in your coffee?
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
he got the
it's really good.
Kerrygold butter and would put like a stick of, it was a
Yeah.
stick of butter.
That
He would
sounds like
put-
my household.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing?
It fills you up. That's why I do like the heavy cream in my coffee, and I'll do like the sugar free. What was it, like toffee or something like that?
Yeah.
What's this one?
That
Sugar-free hazelnut?
no, it was salted caramel.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a salted
That one's not
caramel.
sugar-free.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
I maybe
I think-
forgot the sugar.
I
Yeah.
was like, are you going to tell him? 'Cause-
Yeah, because I just want
It's
you
not
to
a medical
know.
thing. Oh well. That's fine.
But there's not that much in there, so you're fine.
Do it for Bentley.
Yeah.
So, and I think you answered this before, and I forgot. Syrups, you make all of your own?
Not all of them.
Oh, okay.
No,
More.
yeah, we do make some of them. We used to make more, to be honest, but yeah, it's so hard.
Is it?
It is so hard. Yeah, there's so many things that go into manufacturing your own products, and so on certain items, it just makes sense to buy them as long as we can get the same quality, right? So like we used to grind our own peanut butter. So we had peanut
That's
butter
intense.
grinders.
Wow.
Yeah, and the hard part was even for a little while we were reusing the containers, right? So you're trying to wash out peanut butter containers. We were trying to be like, okay, let's not throw away anything more than we need to.
So hold on. So when someone says I'm going to be a barista, you're like, okay, you're going to start this peanut butter grinder.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
it's-
handpicked. We had a couple of people who wanted to take on that task.
Yeah.
It was a separate.
it is separate, but so we've kind of gone through all of those processes.
Is it just like you really want the quality, or is there a cost effective for you to produce your own product that way too?
In some ways it's more expensive, and you've got to bring in the ingredients, you've got to have labor to make everything, you've got to store it, then you've got to deliver it versus just buying it and having it show up on your doorstep. So like for the peanut butter, for example, we were just getting roasted salted peanuts and just grinding them. So that's it. But we switched to an organic peanut butter that it's the same quality. You know, there's no additional ingredients. There's not a bunch of weird things going on in there. So it was something like that where we felt like this is an area where we should just be buying it because it's not sustainable to grind the peanut butter and deliver it to the
Where it makes
stores
sense to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of learning curves in there. Washing peanut butter containers is probably the worst job, actually. Yeah, that's
Because
a tough one.
there's like a film that gets on it.
Yeah,
that
no,
you
there's
kinda-
no getting it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
I got the
tough.
jars of like the peanut butter. You open it up and it's like oil.
Yeah.
Half the jar's oil, and then the rest
Yeah.
at the bottom. You just
You gotta turn it upside down.
Turn upside down, leave it in
and
there.
then
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw this little thing you get a little lid you put on. It has like a little turner in there, and you just
Oh, I've
turn
seen
it.
those.
You seen that?
Like
yeah.
your TJ Maxx kitchen gadget aisle.
Yeah.
All those types of things.
I don't know if
I've
it
seen them
works,
too.
It's gotta be
I've seen
strong
it.
though. Like mixing peanut butter, you're just building.
I've tried
your-
it just with like a fork or a knife, and I'm like,
He's
"Ugh,
keto.
Yeah.
screw it, never mind.
He's keto. He can do it.
I'll just drink the top layer.
Yeah, no, you pour that in your coffee.
Brian's sneaky down at night to be like,
Just drinking peanut oil.
There's
off the
no
top.
oil in there.
what happened to the peanut butter? Brian's like, I don't know.
I have come downstairs and just like you get the late night cravings. I'll just take a big scoop of peanut butter and then put some Nutella on it. It's a
Ooh,
Reese's.
nothing better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good move. You know, do you get the Nutella at Bentley's?
Yeah, we've got that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You don't get the Nutella?
I didn't
I've
know
never
you had
even-
one there.
You can
Oh,
get peanut butter
man.
mochas. You can get Nutella with
You,
coffee.
you
blend it
can't
up.
mix peanut butter and Nutella though.
Oh, it's just-
for
yeah,
the allergy aspect
Okay.
and just our equipment and mixing those things. We have separate peanut butter and separate Nutella.
Okay, so there's a secret menu item where we can mix
If
it.
you can, maybe you come in like after we close
Oh,
or
okay.
something. Like
Just
I
call
might,
it the Brian.
yeah.
You're like, I'm here for the Brian.
I might know a guy that could get you in after we close, but yeah, the Nutella is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we scoop
You-
that in there and blend her up.
So do you guys have an online menu? Because when I drive through, it's like you guys come through when you got to make a decision. You got to kind of know what you're going to get sometimes, and there's a lot of menu items. So is there a website people can go on? Do you have an app?
We do.
Got both.
Yeah,
Both.
yeah. You can go
The
to
app is
bentleyscoffee.com
the best way.
And you have a reward program.
we do.
Okay, sorry, I cut
Yeah.
you off. Bentley's.
No.
Go, go.
This
Go.
is your show.
No,
right?
no, wow.
You can cut me off anytime. So, yeah, you can go to bentleyscoffee.com. You can check out our menu. You can download it. I'm sure there's a link. I think there's a link right on our website to download the app.
We can share a link too.
Can you?
We can share a link on our stuff.
On the app?
No, we can share a link on.
Oh, okay. I was like,
We can share a link out for them.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I thought you wanted to share the app, like we were going to
Like
share the
share points.
profile.
Well, yeah, you might get extra points that way,
I don't know.
actually. Maybe share your app with everybody and let them use it, and then you can get the
So you're
points.
Carrie, right? And you're like,
Yep.
yep, I'm Carrie.
Yes, I am.
Hey, there's a girl's name or boys. Oh my gosh,
Okay,
I'm done.
let's drink your tea.
Just drink my tea. So, what's your best-selling item?
Oh, man.
Fusions, maybe.
Fusions are very popular.
Fusions are popular.
The
All the
peanut-
kids love it. I like the you're talking about like the energy fusion stuff.
Yeah, with the real
Yeah.
fruit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are super popular. The peanut butter mocha, I think, is definitely a top item.
Oreo.
The real peanut butter with chocolate, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you just can't go wrong there.
Yeah. The Oreo, like yeah.
Oreo's super
Oreo's my
popular.
favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the Oreo cheesecake.
I think we
again,
have. Oh
but I
yeah,
just
you
keep
like
bringing
the
up
cheesecake. We have the pumpkin Oreo right now.
Pumpkin Oreo.
Pumpkin Oreo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's intense.
You
Yeah.
can add Oreos to anything.
You really
I'll have a
can.
green tea with Oreo.
Yeah, thank
Sarah
you.
just walks in and grabs a sleeve of Oreos and
And
just
I dunk them in a
walks out.
espresso shot.
That weird
With a
lady that takes
cheesecake?
pictures of us is back again. She wants a
Yeah.
green tea with Oreos in it. It's weird.
I felt like I had to like say that because I'm like holding the camera up and then the kid just walks up and I'm like, I'm not taking a picture of you. I promise. I'm just taking a picture of the Bentley story.
Let me explain.
Let me explain. Brandon's coming on here
We're
shortly.
meeting up right now.
I love it.
Oh, wait. So how do we support you guys?
Yeah.
What's the best way
We're
to
doing
support?
it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else can
that's
we
it.
support you?
Get your name out there so you guys can get more locations going. And
Yeah, come to
Spread
Redmond.
out.
Can you guys support the Redmond location when we
Yeah.
open?
Yeah.
Can you guys make a trip over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
We travel.
That would be cool.
Have podcasts, we'll travel.
Sorry to make you go over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can go.
so, what's your best location right now, as far as like I mean, you guys can the
Volume-wise?
locations kind of compete with each other a little bit.
Yeah, so Lancaster and Mission are, so for 2023, they were $9 a day apart.
Wow, $9. That's it.
$9 a day apart. So
So
That's
one of
as
them is
close
buying
as
their
it
own
gets.
coffees just to stay ahead.
yeah, exactly. I think there's a
I'll
little,
show that
there's
other
definitely a
location.
little competition going
Wow.
between those two,
Politics.
and Kaiser and Albany are pretty similar as well.
Yeah.
But
So which one needs the most help as far as people like go to this one?
I go to whatever one you want.
Yeah,
Go to whatever one is
whatever's
most convenient for you.
closest.
Yeah.
If you haven't been downtown, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people want to do the drive-through thing, convenience. I totally get it. I'm a order groceries at Safeway and pick them up, have someone bring them out, girl myself. But it's
Convenience is key.
yeah, convenience is nice, but it is such a fun crew that they have down there, and they love seeing people. And
What's the hours? Do they each have their own set hours, or are they all the same?
downtown is 6 to 8 every day, and the other
To 8 p.m.?
locations 8
Yes.
p.m.
Okay.
Brian.
So there we go.
We just have to drive to Salem.
Yeah.
From Sublimity.
Oh,
And
go to Mission.
You're
they're
good.
they're all open until 8. All locations.
Oh.
Yep. So
Yeah.
our
Okay.
drive-throughs open
you
at
just want him over
5:30.
for life. Just saying. He's
Yeah.
a lifer.
Perfect.
I don't know if we have a gallon size for you though. Like you were
Yeah.
talking about drinking a pot of coffee
You know,
late at night.
I just double
He just
fist
brings in a trough. Like,
Yeah.
just fill it up.
Just
We
take
can
2
fill up a
dump
milk
shots.
jug for you. 1 gallon.
it. I could just bring in my own personal one. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Brandon said
Yeah.
I could.
We'll put a stick of butter in the bottom,
Pigeon flies.
and we'll fill up the milk jug. You can just give it a shake, and good to go.
Eventually,
We've
my heart's
come
going
up
to
with
go
our
out, but
own
for the
beverage.
meantime, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts.
So I appreciate you guys coming on our podcast. This was really fun. I didn't know how long we could talk about coffee, but apparently it's about an hour. So this was awesome. This was really
We
cool.
put Bentley to sleep.
He's finally chilling a little bit. Yeah,
That's all.
he was just so hyped up. You guys,
Yeah.
bringing him on. He's
I know.
super excited.
Everybody's
so.
the same when they come on the podcast. They just shake for a while.
Yeah,
Have to go to the
Take them outside
bathroom a
and let 'em
couple
go to the
times.
bathroom.
It's all, yeah, it's just okay. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, thank you so much for having us. I mean, we appreciate it. It's super humbling to be invited on to talk about Bentley. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah, tag us when you guys do another one of your giveaways, or you're doing like one of your like sponsorships. We'd love to be able to share that.
We're going to
Cool.
do a
Get the word
giveaway
out.
for him, too.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
It'll be
Love
fun.
that.
All right.
Right.
Well, thanks for coming
Perfect.
on.
Thanks,
guys.
you guys.